5 reasons why you keep overpaying for luxury real estate. Are you wondering to yourself, why am I always paying top dollar while my clients are getting all the amazing deals for luxury real estate? Well, I'm going to give you 5 reasons, and the 5th is the most important, so stick around for that one. So number 1, move. You follow the herd. What I mean by that, Warren Buffett, the time to buy is when people are fearful, and the time to sell is when people are getting greedy. Baron de Rothschild, the time to buy is when blood is on the streets. My dad, people are like cattle. They're smart individually, they're pretty predictable, and operate in herd mentality as a herd. So right now in Charleston, we have record high inventory. Maybe not record high for all of Charleston, although we're pretty close. But interest rates are high. They're actually coming down. People are fearful. I don't want to buy, I don't want to sell. Our smart clients are picking up great values. Recently, we've closed the 2nd row on Palm Boulevard, right across the street from the beach. Beautiful new 5,000 square foot home. We're picking up tear downs and houses that we can flip. Those values are now, if you wait until rates are down to 5%, guess what? There are 1 million people in our market who are waiting for the same thing to happen. What does that mean for you? You're going to be competing on bidding wars. You're going to have to get your offers in with very few contingencies, or you're not even sure, you're just going to see a house and write an offer. You want to avoid that if at all possible. So don't act in the herd mentality. Go out and find the bargains now. All right, reason number 2 why you keep overpaying. Your offers are full of contingencies, unnecessary contingencies. There's too much in there. You're not making it all about the price. I'm going to put a little asterisk here. I will give this advice different to a CEO, a business owner, than I would a W-2, let's say a teacher, paycheck to paycheck. We're talking luxury real estate here. If your offers look like this, contingent upon financing, contingent upon appraisal, termite inspection, contingent upon me selling my home in Delaware, contingent upon the outcome of the USC Clemson game, contingent upon me being able to occupy the home a week before we close. If you have those contingencies in there, you are giving them too many things to negotiate other than price. If you want to get the lowest price, make it all about the price. Here's another little asterisk. You can use the due diligence. Everyone, it's here. We've gone to due diligence. North Carolina has gone to due diligence. And what that means for the layperson, if you're not familiar, it just means, hey, there's a due diligence period. It's usually 10 days to 14 days. And there's a termination fee, which means for any reason, we can terminate this contract for $500, $1,000. It's usually in there. The higher the price, usually the higher the termination fee, but we're usually about $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, maybe if it's like a $3, $4, $5, $6 million home. But if you think you can get the financing, but you're like 96% sure and you want to be 100% sure, just pre-underwrite your file. Go to the bank beforehand, give them your tax returns, your W-2s, whatever you need to give them, your bank statements. Have that ready, and then give yourself a 2-week due diligence with a $500 or $1,000 termination. As soon as you're ratified, give that contract to your bank. Within 3 or 4 days, they should be able to run that through the underwriter, and then you'll know, I'm qualified. If you're not sure if the home will appraise, just have that done beforehand and tell your banker, hey, get the appraiser out there within 2 weeks. If it comes in low, just cancel the deal or even show the appraisal. But don't have those contingencies in there if you don't need it. If you want a termite contingency, I'll tell you this, the due diligence is better than the termite contingency. Let me explain. If you put in a termite contingency and there's some dry rot in the house, the seller can still fix that and you have to buy it per the contingency. Let's say like, wow, there was a lot of rot, a lot of damage, pre-termite damage. I don't feel good about the house. Again, with a termite contingency, they could fix everything, get a contractor to sign off, and you'd still be on the hook. Just use the termination fee, walk away. You're gonna lose a little bit of money. That being said, you might lose $500 on a deal here or there. You might get $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 lower on a price. The clean deal in luxury usually wins the game. So again, use that due diligence contingency as a coverall for all of your other contingencies. One more example. Let's say I've got to sell my house. I'm under contract on my house in Boca Raton. It's closing in 10 days. It's closing in 14 days. Set your due diligence for 15 days. Don't even mention that you have a house in Boca Raton. Keep your mouth shut. Just submit in the contract. If for some reason that contract is not closing, ask for an extension. You're already under contract. You've already gotten the price you want. If they don't give it to you, just terminate the deal. You lose $500, you lose $1,000. If you can't lose $500 or $1,000 in a negotiation, you shouldn't be buying a $1, $2, $3 million house. I mean that sincerely. If you can't afford to lose that, you should be looking in another price bracket. All right, reason number 3, you lowball without any logic. You're submitting offers 30 to 40% below true fair market value without any justification. Nothing screams amateur hour more in a luxury negotiation than an offer that is without any reason on a bona fide, nice luxury home. Nothing screams amateur hour more than an offer 30 to 40% under market value. The way we counter those is we don't counter them. We just go radio silent. When the agent calls us, we'll just say, oh yeah, he really didn't take it serious. You know, in the next few days, I know I have to give you that form. I'll send it to you myself. He's not even gonna sign it. It was, you know, or what we say is, it seems like they really don't like the house, or they don't find the value of the house, or maybe the house just isn't for your client, and that's okay. And this is gonna get them to do this. It's gonna get them to negotiate against themselves. Once I see a client, the other side, negotiating against themselves, I know that they don't know what they're doing. Which leads me to number 4, and I'm gonna put this very bluntly. Your agent sucks at negotiating. Every agent that you talk to is gonna tell you, I'm a great negotiator. Let me ask you this. Let's say you had brain cancer. Would you go on Instagram and pick your brain surgeon? Oh, he had this funny thing with the dog, and the dog was chasing the ball and running back, and the dog fell, and then would you pick your brain surgeon that way? So I want you to do this. When you're talking to your agent, don't ask them, are you a good negotiator? Just say, what school of negotiation do you follow? What books have you read? What programs or certifications do you have for negotiation? Let's talk about a few strategies that you use. Like, are you willing to walk away from the offer? How do you get other people to negotiate against themselves and counter their own original offer? Bring up some hypotheticals and see how they negotiate. This one's on you. If you're not doing your due diligence with your agent, you're gonna pick someone. That decision in luxury real estate can cost you $40,000, $50,000, way more than the commission. I'm gonna put this very bluntly. I would say in the luxury space, about 30 to 40% of the agents, they're just someone has no idea what they're doing. They just picked up a lead off Zillow. They really don't know what they're doing. Then you're gonna have that 40 to 60% who know a few tactics, and then you have the 20%. And those are the agents, and I can tell, they're gonna be like, Oliver, let me ask you a question. What does your client think? And they'll bring up a situation, not with price. Oliver, put price aside right now. When would your client like to close? Or Oliver, is there something with your client that outside of getting a good price that would really be important for them? So if the other side is asking me questions, I think to myself, this guy or this woman is not an idiot. They probably know what they're doing. I actually like negotiating with people like that because I'll go, yeah, here's some of the things that are important. Let me ask you, what's going on with your guy? And I'm gonna try to find out, do they have to sell a house? Are they cash? You know, can they afford this? Are there any funky contingencies that I see coming down the road? But I will tell you, that other agent is the exception other than the rule. So I'll leave it at this, and this one's on you. You've got to interview your agent. It's not about commission, it's about what programs, what certifications. Give me some books. Have you read Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, Black Swan Group? Are you reading these negotiating tactics, and do you have a game plan? Because if your agent does not have a game plan, they're gonna come across an agent like me or some of the other agents and frankly, I can name you some other great agents in town who do know what they're doing. And without the other side knowing, you can get fleeced. So do your due diligence and get a great agent. Someone ask some great questions. Do you really know how to negotiate? All right, and that leads me to reason number 5. Buy the good deal. Don't chase the steal. My brother-in-law, Rod, he's an investment banker. He also owns 5 businesses. He's super smart. He's a killer piano player. He's also certifiably nuts. He's one of my favorite people in the world. And a while back, he gave me some great advice. He goes, you know, when I'm looking for businesses, I'd rather get a good but fair deal on a great business than a steal on a business that's 1 foot out of the grave from bankruptcy. Let's say that you're looking for a house, you're with your wife, your husband, or significant other, you got your kids there, and you see the perfect house. Beautiful, well-maintained, pretty good value, 3 years. And let's say you're trying to get the absolute lowest price, and then one of my clients comes in and steals the deal out from under you. For the next 20 years of your life, just expect that topic to come up from your wife or your husband or your kids. It's gonna keep coming up. You will have passed on a great deal while you were trying to chase the steal. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for a purely investment property or a flip, you might have to lose 6 or 7 out of 10 deals to get the really good value. But if you're looking for a house for your family in a good school district that's newer, that has everything you need, try to negotiate a good but fair deal on the perfect house rather than losing that house, because that is a mistake that not only will you not forget, your significant other will not forget, and they will keep reminding you of that mistake. So that wraps it up, and I just want to say, if you want to get a great agent, St. Germain Properties, we train on negotiation. We have the experience. We can tell you, usually without bringing up the comps in the luxury areas, these are the homes. We did a sale down the street. This new one's being developed here. We can tell you where the prices are. We'll find out from the opposing side, maybe some secret gems that you might not know that'll help us in the negotiation. But the takeaway is here, do your due diligence, write great contracts, chase the great property, not the steal. If you have any questions, leave it in the DM. We'll talk next time.